Alright, I'm about to make a Kaash Paige beat. This John is about to go crazy in FL Studios. So, um, first things first, we use Splice. Well, I use Splice to get the little vibe real quick, just to knock this John out real quick. Oh, the phone is buzzing. Let me turn this off. And this is the wrong melody. Let me get the right one. It's the right melody right here. It's 105. And it's a instant vibe. Let me type it in real quick. And let me get this vocal. This is the vocal I want to use. Wrong vocal. Go up here. This is the vocal I want to use. Cause like in most Kaash Paige beats, basically it's like a cool vibe, a smooth vibe, cool little snare percussion, some 808s, some hard 808s, but it's smooth, or like a smooth ass sub, and it's usually some vocals in there. Other than her own, there's usually some vocals. So I get all of that, and you know, it's just fire. So this, I'm gonna let y'all play it, hit a loop. Let me save this genre real quick first. And it is in C minor, as y'all can see. And I'm gonna just call this Starstruck. I did this before I made the video, finished it, but I messed up on the OBS, so we gotta run it back. But here you go. So y'all get a feel for it. But I'm gonna just knock this genre out real quick. Let's get all the sounds real quick. And I like to go to Nexus. It's my favorite sub in the world right here. The OG Nexus, Trap Gold, sub 3. I feel like I'm missing something. I always like to, I'm doing this kind of backwards, but I always like to layer my snare. And I got this cool kit called Trapped in Love. And then we about to go in right now. But let's go in on the melody first. Even though it's loops, like, I don't know, let's go in on this vocal and turn this John on so you can hear it. And that's usually some Kaash Paige type. And like with these, like they kind of like just off. So I kind of try to shift them. And it's kind of slow. So what I do is I stretch it, try to make it a little shorter. Okay, there you go right there. And it's just a vibe. But other than that, I gotta come over here and EQ this John real quick. Go to preset 40 hertz, 18 hertz. Just EQ it, turn it down for sure. What I like to put on there too, the fruity filter, low pass it, cut it a little bit. Really cut it more than anything. Low pass it barely. And I like to put a little reverb on it. Just a little bit though. and just make this real low. And with this melody, the melody is hard. But what is missing an EQ? It's missing an EQ, and it needs to be spread out a little more. So we're gonna go ahead and use the ozone imager. And we use this drawing to really keep it like wider, expand it, but not too much, you know? It just gives like a little more ambient, wider feel to it, you know? And you can just feel it, you can feel it. But now we about to go in on the drums. I could do the bass right now, I'm gonna say the bass for last. I know exactly how I wanna do it. But let's go in on these drums real quick. Control-B. I'm trying to make this drawing hella quick. I know it's my first tutorial, but I'm just trying to knock it out real quick, see how fast I can really do everything in this drawing. But basically right now we just hitting a cool little snare. Basically what I did, I hit Control-B. Actually, I'm sorry. I hit Control and I just dragged it over. And then I hit Control-B to duplicate it. Then I went up here, just drag this up, and then just drag my mouse across the top to increase the velocity. And we are going to go to the hi-hats and just like freak them a little bit, but just nothing major, like something minor, like something real minimal. Just to create some bounce in the track, you feel me? Like just like a little. And I'm just putting my little sauce on it because like it's just my flavor, you know. Let's go over here. And right now, I'm gonna just copy these kicks, well, snares, paste them, and then edit, send it, route this to a track, come back, route this to the same exact track, but just turn it down, pan it a little bit, pan it to the left, pan this one to the right. Just to like give a feel for it, you know. And we just hitting the vibe with the drums. Like the drums gotta bounce. They gotta be bouncy, like. And spacious. I missed the last four, but here you go. And I'm gonna go to graph editor. Just scroll this John up to increase the velocity. vibe. I know you feel the vibe. This is just a vibe. And it's just a vibe, right? It's just a vibe. Okay. Oh, that last John is messed up. Has to be like right here. Not spaced out enough. Actually, I'm just gonna cut that. Just cut all that. And I'm gonna slow this John. I'm gonna bring it down to 101. Wait, it just sounded a little fast for a second. Hold on. Yeah, right click it and solo it. Should have did it that way. And then I'm gonna come back with it and just listen to it again. Oh, that's what it is. I'm like, what is wrong with this? And it's because, let me go back to 105 real quick. Because it's not stretched. So you gotta go in here. You gotta stretch it. Close this out. Then you go back to 101. It stays the same. You feel me? And that's why this one didn't move, because this sample is already stretched, as you could see. I was just like, what the heck? But this is gonna slow down the vibe and not be so fast, even though it's only 4 beats per minute. It's just smoother, like. And then what I'm gonna do is just add this next. It's like I'm in C minor. Like if you leave a little breathing room, it like hit. You leave a little, like barely. So let me just go to this and just bring this back. I just control my mouse over it. Go over here, or left click, hit the one step. It's just like a little bit. Did I hit none? I just feel like I hit none. It's like barely leave a little room, and it like makes the whole difference. Like it stops, then hits. Otherwise, it just hits. It just keeps hitting. But if you stop it, like it feel like it hit harder. It hits harder, cause it's just like a little hesitation. Make sure the velocity is always up on the 808 subs and your kicks, you know. this joint is really done, but it's done. But I want to mix this joint for y'all. I'm just basically clicking in all of these to a channel. I could do it a different way, but that's how I wanted to do it for right now. I know all this is clipping, but what we gonna do, mix in mono. Just right click and drag this over to mix in mono. Then I'm gonna right click each track to solo it and just level it basically. Not too worried about EQing. Like a little bit, you don't have to over EQ, you know, and take all the frequencies out. But you wanna EQ a little bit on certain, just like certain things that really make the beat pop, you know. And you gotta feel this, John, like, cause really no right way to do it. There's so many different ways you can do all this. There's no right way because it's music. But it is a certain thing, it's clipping, but it don't matter. It's whatever sound you trying to get, you know. Some people like that clipping sound. That's like Ed says. But right now we doing that Kaash Paige. We over here just trying to keep it smooth. Keep it smooth. Shout out Kaash Paige. Shout out Texas. Shout out D. Shout out Arlington. Shout out Arlington for real. Alright. I'm gonna make this sound a little louder. What I didn't do with the hi-hats, let me go back to them. And you see how the velocities are the same, like it's just so robotic. And I don't know if I shifted them. I did this video already, but it's just like it messed up. So what you're gonna do is go to the little magnet, click none, control, drag this over, shift, click, just hold down shift and click the like right arrow once or twice, just so it's like a little off, so it's not so robotic, you know. And then I go down here, and as you can see, it's still highlighted. Press Alt R, and basically it randomizes the levels, and you can twist them. I just do this to keep it like more realistic, you know. It's like a little feel. But what I should have did when I first did the melody, I should have got the 808. I mean, not the 808, but the sub. Just so you get the bass, the top end, and the low end at the same time, and then you just fill out the middle. And I want to make sure that my levels are hitting with this. They are. Oh, it sounds like that because I'm in mono. I'm like, this is not hitting. And then you always want your kick to hit, especially in Kaash Paige songs. Like the kick hit, the 808 hit, the melody is a vibe. It's a smooth vibe where you just feel like you on clouds, bro. So like, yeah. But you don't want it to clip. You don't gotta have it that much, but it has to be very loud to where it hit. That's it. And then what I do to select all the tracks, I hit Control, then Shift, then I click on just any track and hold that, drag it down, so I can just get it to a level like that's like not clipping. I try to get it in between 3 and 6, a little lower. And make sure you don't select the master channel because it's gonna bring that down, mess up the whole beat. And just in case I brought it down, I just right click, reset it. I know the beat sounds really low right now, but it's not. Like that is not the finish. It's still in mono, so it's gonna sound a little like narrow. I know y'all probably tired of hearing this beat already, but it's like We over here mixing this John real quick. Yeah, this is it. And then I've been trying to like venture out with mixing kits and just learn new stuff and try new stuff. So what I did, I got the FL. I mean, shout out to Producer Grind. I got this from Producer Grind. I just got the FL mixer preset pack master. I like this multi-band. I'm gonna probably have to scoot it down a little bit more, but it make his drum really sound really wide. And you always get to go in and tweak it, but for the sake of the video, and since I already did the beat in the video before, but the video messed up, I'm just... Damn. Bringing this down a little bit more. That's a little bit more. I know it's like hella, I know these levels are hella low. Okay. Just a little bit higher, just a little bit. And then I leveled this John, made the beat. Let me just right click, delete that. Right click, split channel. So now it separates everything on the pattern, brings it to its own channel like it is in the mixer track. And I click on the center, make sure this is at cell. So it's just on beat with everything. Everything's on the grid. You press the plus button. On mine, I have a plus button. I press the plus button and it goes down. So I just go down in line, click it in. Then I drag my mouse over this, Control B, Control B, Control B. Then I Control A. Then I Control B. Then I'll zoom out, Control. Then just really know how to do this. Just like your mouse cursor in the middle, just like. Can move it up and down, just move it down to zoom out. Then I control and then just drag my mouse again, Control B. But I didn't mean to do it like that. If I could do it like that and just scoot it over with shift. Then this is the beat. Basically, the whole beat is done. And one other thing is like when you're making the beats, you want to give room so your artist can just flow, do melodies, rhyme, rap, whatever. So you basically need to leave space on the top end, which is where the vocals go. So it's kind of weird sometimes because sometimes like the vocals are hard with the beat, but sometimes it don't flow. But what I try to do, I try to session off my whole beat and make it to where I have a verse, a chorus part, and another verse and chorus. And you make these by pressing Control. You press Control and then you drag your mouse. And then it highlights and you press Alt. Well, I press Alt T on my keyboard. And then you just type it in. And if you put them in the wrong place or whatever, you could drag them. You could always drag them or whatever. So I'm just switching this stuff around to make the beat. Switching all this around to make the beat. I'll take this out the chorus, put that in the last bar, put that in the first bar.
Amir, is that you?
And it is Amir. It's Amir here. You want to make sure you got good levels, though. That's the key. Good levels. Good levels. Make sure your melodies aren't clashing. For the sake of time and just attention, expand. You got to make sure this isn't highlighted, too. Because I just tried to make an automation clip and didn't make it because that was highlighted. But now I had the automation clip. And you do that by basically going to your mixer track. Right-click in the mixer, create automation clip, and it just messes with the volume of the of the beat or song, whatever you make in FL. And then what I'm gonna do is right-click to make a little marker, and then just push this John up a little bit too. Just have it fade out at the end, but not just like fade out directly, but just fade out kind of smoothly at the end for the little. For the did make automation clip, but for the just outro of the song, and basically this beat is done. I don't know how long, but this beat is done. I'm gonna play it for y'all though.
Amir, is that you?
And that's it. That's it for this, John. For real.